by asking both my mom and dad why we never travel to exotic lands. We only ever really visit friends, nothing to tell when the summer ends. We never really went buying.
Rockstar families, welcome to our weekly VODCAST. I hope that you guys are having an absolutely extraordinary weekend with this amazing weather. I cannot wait for the week to get started. We have so many incredible things. This is such an incredibly busy week. It is going to be awesome. So first of all, coming up on Tuesday, we do have middle school orientation. Just a couple of quick reminders. Make sure that your Rockstar arrives to school on time, as we're going to be boarding the buses pretty soon after dismissal. As soon as we take attendance, we're going to board. They do not need to bring lunch or anything with them like that. We will eat lunch when we come back. So it's basically a typical school day. If they pack, they can pack. If they buy from the cafeteria, they can buy. And then that day, that afternoon, look for all the elective paperwork to come home to you guys, because that will be given to the rock stars at the end of the day. And then based on the calendar that I sent home for each of the different middle schools, many of you have a parent middle school orientation session that you can go to that very night. So, if you can believe it or not, middle school orientation is coming up on Tuesday. A couple of other quick things. One really exciting event. We have the second annual Innovation Showcase coming up on Thursday night from 6:30 to 8 p.m. The Room 21 Rockstars specifically are going to have science projects on display in our classroom, poetry on display out in the hallway, and at 7:40 p.m. they will be performing with Mrs. Sutton's class in the activity room. Ms. Moore, our music teacher, is going to have them playing the bucket drums and also singing. So you don't want to miss that. That's at 7:40 p.m. Make sure your scholar is here at 7:30, meeting in the music room for that. But other than that, we have a ton going on that night. The entire building is going to have different displays, exhibits, hands-on activities for the entire family. It's absolutely free, coming up on Thursday from 6:30 to 8 p.m., happening all throughout the building. So I hope that you guys can make it. It is going to be an absolutely epic evening. Can't wait to see you guys there. Also, don't forget that Friday we do not have any school. That is a teacher work day. And then looking ahead to next week, a couple of changes to the schedule because we did not have as much snow. Report cards are going to come home next Thursday, April 13th, which is the last day now before spring break. Previously, we had an early out happening on April 14th on that Friday, but the school board decided to give us that as a full day off due to the very few number of snow days that we've actually had in the calendar. So we do not have school now this Friday, which is a teacher work day, or next Friday, which is the first day of spring break. Other than that, I did want to congratulate this week's Rock Star of the Week, Ms. Nicole Janicki. Nicole has been incredible. Not only in her guided reading group, she's been so focused and articulate during academy time. She went out of her way to go and visit her kindergarten buddy that she met during our kindergarten academy time back in the back hall, and her Science Innovation Showcase project has been coming along wonderfully. She's been so focused and just so organized with it. So I wanted to congratulate Nicole, who is this week's Rock Star of the week. In addition, guys, don't forget to make sure that your scholar, and let me grab my copy really quickly, each night is studying from their neon orange booklet the different reviews. And if they forget this booklet at home, obviously, it is available on our classroom webpage. If you guys haven't seen it yet or anything, we have a quiz each and every day on the topic we've reviewed previously. So this week, as you can see, we're going to be working with parts of a flower, photosynthesis, pollination, and dormancy will be the three topics that we hone in on this week in class. And that's all in preparation for our Science as well coming up at the end of the year, which is a compilation of 4th and 5th grade concepts. So we want to make sure we're reviewing all of those 4th grade concepts that may be a little old. We just have to dust a couple of the cobwebs off. So with that being said, I'm going to send you guys off to the strategy session, and I'll see you on the other end. Hey, Room 21 Rockstars. So to begin this week, I'm actually starting in person for our strategy session this week because I have a couple of things that I want you to do that you can earn a ton of house points for. You know, I currently absolutely love the math unit that we're in the middle of, guys, because it is so real life. Everything about it is real life. And so I kind of got this idea this weekend and it was actually just taking out the trash. But here we have all of our different measurements that we've been learning so far in class. So we've gone from length, we've gone to weight. We're going to be talking about capacity tomorrow in terms of volume, cups, pints, quarts, gallons, milliliters, and liters. And then we'll be getting to temperature later in the week. So what I'm looking for, and I've kind of started it with capacity, cups, pints, quarts, gallons. I found some things that were just in my recycling, and I'm like, my gosh, that's half a gallon. So that's a quart. We have liters, we have milliliters, things like that. As well as things that involve the mass, such as a bag of apples are telling me right there on the bag. If you guys look very closely, it actually says 3 pounds. So what I want you to do, and it's not just exclusive to capacity, I want you to look at the labels of anything in your house and go ahead and bring them in. And we're going to create a giant wall where we can kind of see where those measurements are in our everyday life. So, I kind of already started the wall in terms of capacity, but if you want to talk about weight and mass or maybe even length, that'd be another great way for you guys to do it. So before I send you guys off to the strategy session or the computer strategy session for the week, as you guys know, I have the secret hashtags, but you have to kind of piece together the message to get those 10 house points for the week. So the first word of our secret hashtag for the week is Thursday. That is the very first word of our secret hashtag of the week. Now I'm going to send you guys over to ReichardRockstars.weebly.com for the other things that you can do this week to earn a couple of house points to put your house in the lead. Hey there, Rockstars. Welcome to the online strategy session for the week. I have a couple of things that you guys can do this week in addition to what I just showed you in the classroom to really put your house in the lead, because as you guys know, the house point race has really been going back and forth. But before I get onto those things, I want to give you the second word of the secret hashtag for the week, and that is. The next word for your secret hashtag of the week is I-S. Go ahead and write that down. And now let's head on over to the strategy session for the week. A few things that I want to show you guys real quick. Don't forget your SOL Science Review is available here online in case you forget your folding booklet at home, or at school one of the days this week. This week we're going to get in 2 parts of a flower, photosynthesis, and pollination and dormancy. So we have 3 quizzes coming up this week. We'll be reviewing all of those concepts in class, so it is your responsibility and your duty to make sure that you're reviewing those as we go. So those are coming up, and don't forget the actual study guides are available right here as well. Now, the next word for the secret hashtag of the week is going. G-O-I-N-G. Going. That is the very next word for our secret hashtag of the week. Now, let's head on over to the VODCAST section for the week, guys. And honestly, many of the strategies that I put up there last week are really some of the same ones that you guys are going to be using this week. So let's go ahead and check out what we have available here. Now, as I tell you every week, you can still earn house points for the different things that we are not working on at the moment that are still available here. So that means anything from here on up, you can still get 1 house point for each of those things that you guys are working on. Again, you can get 1 house point if you go ahead and bring in your work. That's all available there. But the thing that I want you to really hone in on this week, guys, is the customary and metric unit work with the IXL sites that I have provided. And each of those exercises is worth 2 house points if you go ahead and bring in your work, show it to me, and you can get 2 house points for each of those things available for you there. The math no guessing riddle of the week is up and ready to rock and roll, so bring your answer in for 10 house points. It's a brand new one for the week. These are the problems that I put up last week that I really think you guys are going to be able to focus on more so this week. So far we have talked about length. Okay, we have talked about weight and mass. Weight is what we measure in the U.S. customary system, which is the gravitational pull that an object has to Earth. And mass is how much matter is within a given object, okay? And we have also talked about we will be talking about tomorrow capacity, which is simply liquid volume. We've been kind of already working on that in science throughout the year, and we worked on volume of rectangular prisms. That's the space within inside of something. So these are the measurements that we've talked about so far, guys. So what you have to do, if I say the mass of a cat, you can really approach this in a couple of different ways. You could give me an estimate. So let me think mass. I have grams and I have kilograms. And now let me think about what my benchmark is for 1 gram. Oh, that would be a paperclip. A kilogram would be more like a baseball bat or a book. I like a textbook with a hardback cover. So I have grams and kilograms. I would most likely use kilograms to measure the mass of a cat, and then maybe I can give myself an estimate. Let's go ahead and peg that at, say, 7 kilograms would be the mass of a cat. So that's kind of what I'm looking for you guys to do here. Use what we've already talked about in class in terms of length, weight, and mass, and capacity, and that will definitely help you along the way as well. A couple of other things, guys, that I have available here. I still do have the perimeter area and volume exercises available to you. Each of those will be worth 2 house points if you show your work and bring that into the classroom. Our Math No Challenge of the Week is up and available, ready to go. I really like it. It's going to take a lot of effort, though. It deals with the different speeds of things, and that goes along with length when we were talking about kilometers and miles per second. So I want you guys to look at that. The only thing I want to point out for you, something that I don't know that we've ever talked about in 5th grade yet. If you see here it says kilometers/h, that slash is representative of the word per. So what they're telling you is cheetahs race along at 120 kilometers per hour. The H stands for hour and then S stands for seconds. So when you're going forth and completing the math challenge of the week, make sure that you pay close attention to that, which is going to be there. Guys, your next word for the secret hashtag of the week is I'm sorry, I'm giving you away the first word, guys. The next word is rock. Okay, and now you have all 4 words that are required for the secret hashtag of the week, and you have to say it with an incredible amount of passion to earn those 10 house points for the week. I'm keeping our writing fix of the week up because as we continue to develop with Hannah's Suitcase, guys, you're beginning to learn more and more information. So maybe you want to take a character from the text this week and write yourself a haiku. And we actually have a poetry display because April is Poetry Month going on out in the hallway of the 5th grade there that we're the whole 5th grade is going to start displaying a lot of their poetry. So you may choose to actually put it out there and put it on display if you bring it in, and that will be worth 10 house points. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to send you back over to Mr. Reichard in person. Rockstar families, I hope that those strategies were successful. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, do not hesitate to let me know. Remember, we have middle school orientation coming up on Tuesday, and the 2nd annual Kate Waller Barrett Elementary School Innovation Showcase happening on Thursday from 6:30 to 8 p.m. The Room 21 Rockstars have so much work on display and will be performing in the activity room for music at 7:40 p.m. You do not want to miss it. It is the event of the night. So with that being said, I will see you all next week. You are all the incredibly best families in Stafford County. Have a wonderful week, guys.
By asking both my mom and dad why we never travel to exotic lands. We only ever really visit friends.